Hello and welcome to another new episode of Learning Simplified. In this tutorial, we will be discussing on some rarely used tags in HTML. Stay tuned. Now, in our previous tutorials so far, we had learned about the basic and the general structure of HTML, the declaration of HTML5 document, and we had learned more about this meta tags and how to link our style sheet with the HTML page that we had created. It is time now for discussing on some rarely used tags in HTML. Now, if we head back to our project, we can see that so far this is the output. This is an entirely black HTML document, as we had discussed in our previous tutorial, that the background of this HTML page is currently set to this black color. So if you do not wish to have this black color all around, then all you can do, you can use some separate background color for it, like this one I had set. Press Ctrl S, head back to your project and reload, and this will be the result. So we can see that we had successfully linked our CSS file to our HTML page. Now, if we head back to this index.html page, we can see that so far there's practically no kind of tags or elements being used into our body section. Before we proceed with our rarely used tags, the first thing that I would like to say that in generally there are some kind of common tags which is being used in HTML. Some of them are open tags and some of them are containing tags. Like if we talk about all those header tags, like this one, this h1 tag, so we can see that this h1 tag, it has a definite starting and a definite closing tag. So this kind of tags which has practically a definite starting and closing tag, that kind of tags are practically known as containing tag. And the open tag, it has a particular declaration like this beard tag here. So beard tag is used to break two consecutive lines into a new line, and here it is an example of an open tag. So we can see that this kind of tags, those practically do not have a definite closing tag. Instead, it uses this kind of syntax. So all of these tags, like we have another thing here, we have another containing tag like this p tag. If we use this p tag and if we use for say, head back to this view, toggle word wrap, this is a text document that we are using practically here. So this is a text element which practically present within this p tag here, and we will be using another set of p tag right over here, same thing here. So if we now press Ctrl S and head back to our project and reload, we can see that two consecutive paragraphs have been formed into our HTML document. So p tag is the perfect example of a paragraph tag. P practically stands here as paragraph tag, and we are practically aligning our documents into some paragraphic format here. And we can see that in that particular case, we have used this p tag. So like this one, there are various kind of tags being used in HTML. We had a complete discussion on tag elements being used into HTML. So if you are not sure about it, I would like to suggest you to head back and see the HTML tags under 40 minutes tutorial. The link will be provided into this description box below, so have a look into it. Now in the next case, we will be talking about this HR tag. We all know about beard tag. First of all, let me create another text document here. Here it goes. And if we now use a beard tag, we will be using practically two consecutive beard tags here. And if we create another text document, press Ctrl S, heading back to our project and reload, and we can see that practically this individual gap is being created due to usage of this beard tag in between two consecutive lines right over here. If we remove this beard tag, we and now pressing Ctrl S and reloading, and we can see that everything becomes consecutive. So beard tag practically using this whole text document to bring them down into two different lines right over here. So this is the usage of beard tag. Head back to your project and reload, the same thing appears here. Now, like this beard tag, there is another tag being used in HTML which practically provides a horizontal line between two consecutive text documents. So instead of beard, if we now use this HR tag right over here, if we now press Ctrl S, head back to our project and reload, and now we can see that practically there comes a horizontal line in between these two different text elements. We can see right over here, and on the other way around we can see that despite we had deleted off this beard tag from these two consecutive text documents here, still we are able to see that this individual text element, it is practically being descended down into a newer line. So actually the HR tag, it is not definitely bringing your content down or forming them into some different new line. All it is doing practically is providing a definite horizontal line between two consecutive text documents. So this is why we may use this HR tag, and as usual we may change its properties. We may change the HR width or color or other things if we wish, but that is a different topic. First of all, we will be knowing about all those tags. So this is the usage of an HR tag.